How are you, twin?
Been good. How are you?
I've been good, man. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
Dude, yeah. We've known each other for what, like fucking 3 months now? It's been a long time coming for sure. I feel like you could have had me on like Crash Out number two, like weeks ago.
I
But
was like a little afraid of you,
you
dude.
know.
Honestly, to bring you on for like mid crash out. I like don't know. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect. You know.
Well, dude, I'm here now. I'm happy to talk about anything, whatever you want to.
I feel like you've calmed down a little bit too.
Maybe, dude, you know what it is? I think I've just been hardened. Like I think what happened is like which I think is actually really important for all the ICM founders. Like if you just sit down and you and you launch and you go through, I think Kled was probably the most flooded token like probably ever in ICM. I think I can comfortably make that statement. But if you go through that and then you survive it and then you sit down and you still ship and like actually prove on your promises, then you'll get rewarded for it. So like I've been just hardened through that early stage, which was just a nightmare, dude. Honestly.
Kled holders have been through it, bro.
They've been through it, yeah. Which is great because they have the diamond hands. These guys are wizards, seriously. Like they just don't know what the sell button is.
Yeah. You've mellowed out. I like it. I like this new arc that you're on. But I look. I figured it was a good time to bring you on now. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest because the chart. I'm like, yeah, let's do it right now. Like you have some announcements. Things are going
Yeah,
well. Market's kind of turning. People are looking for more risk on stuff to bid. They're looking at alts and Kled. I don't know. You've been here. Respect. You've been here grinding, locked in. Do you want to start? Like, I think most people here are here for you, are familiar with you. But do you want to start with like a quick intro into who you are and like where we are with Kled?
yeah, I'm happy to. My name's Avi. I am the founder of Kled. I've owned businesses for last 3 years, but I primarily work in the intellectual property world. So I own Nitrility, which is a music licensing marketplace that works with hundreds of thousands of artists. Basically, lets you license any song out there. And Kled is our next vertical, which is data licensing. Basically, lets you sell your camera roll, your personal data to the largest AI companies and tech companies that are in need for it, and then we pay the users for it directly. So what actually started like this whole run is because for months and months and months we've just been proving ourselves out that the model works, and we've paid out close to $1 million to users so far now. But more importantly, we launched the mobile app like 4 days ago, and it just took off. We're at 25,000 downloads now, which I haven't announced, but we're at 25,000 downloads now. We should hit a million by the end of the year. We're going viral on most platforms. We're backed by like 500 million followers worth of creators. And we're backed by some of the biggest venture capitalists in Silicon Valley, like K5 Global, who's invested in like X, Uber, you name it. And yeah, now I'm in this run in Silicon Valley. Basically, I'm in SF right now, meeting with all the big labs. So I have OpenAI this week. I have Anthropic this week, Google this week, and I've been signing LOIs with a lot of big labs. So I announced one of them today, which was Superpower, which is building like a $300 million healthcare company that's going to be using some of our training data for building their own in-house healthcare LLM. And I should just be, staking it out. I'm excited to see what the rest of the week looks like.
Dude, you know every time you name drop some big lab or someone backing you, you get in trouble, right? Like it never goes well every time you do
Every
that.
time, I think at the start it was problematic because at the start, literally none of this was announced, right? But like we went for like 3 months where we just kept saying all these things, and now finally I get to show it all to everyone. So now it's like real, which is the good part.
Yeah, advisor list, all that. 20. When did you launch the app and why did you launch it? 25K downloads. I feel like is a lot in 4 days.
Yeah, it's a lot. Especially since considering the fact that like it's like a pretty crazy concept, right? Like selling your personal data is not something everyone's open to, but we've
Yeah.
just made it very friendly for everyone. Yeah, we launched the app literally, I think less than 4 days ago now. And it was just a really hard app to build because the UI is like probably one of the cleanest UIs possible. We've made it really user friendly, and we've sped up pretty much everything. Like data storage and then labeling data is just not the easiest thing at all to do, especially at scale. Like we host like petabytes and petabytes of data from users, and that's what took the longest to crack down on. But also like my team's just like a bunch of perfectionists. Like they literally refuse to launch anything that's not literally perfect and up to my standards, definitely. So we got it out. It took some time, but market clearly reacted positively towards it. Yeah.
Are people you said you paid out $1 million to people providing the data? Like are people actually this is always my question. Are people actually using this thing that aren't Kled holders? Like, are there like random consumers that are actually
Well,
interacting
I've
and
just
giving their
been going
data?
hard on marketing on like Instagram and everything, right? So like we have a ton of like Noah Boat, like 10 million followers, like Kyosur, like fucking 20 million followers. Like these people are all just posting videos about Kled, right? So
Uh-huh.
the
Are they paid
the
videos?
actual no, I mean these are just like friends of mine, right? So like
Okay,
I
okay,
just
okay.
text them. I've told them like, hey, like help us out here, and then in the future we can
Yeah,
help
yeah,
with
yeah.
UGC opportunities. But the mass majority of it's just like friends and network, right? So they've made a ton of videos, and then it's gone viral on my personal Instagram a ton. Like one of my stories had fucking 100,000 impressions about like how we're paying out camera rolls, and I have like 30,000 followers. So and that's like an Instagram story, right? So we've had like a ton of inbound from there, and now we're basically trying to make it frictionless so that the users have wallets in house on the app, so that you don't have to deal with basically if you're like new and not crypto native, you can still use the app very easily. But so far, like I've personally probably onboarded like I don't know, 10,000 people to Soul or something crazy. And I've literally sat down, walked through normies, like cool, like big investors, big creators, like how to make a Phantom wallet, shit like that. So, yeah, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, we're gonna make it really, really friendly for most
Do you
people.
need the token to use the app? Use the product?
Uh, no, but I mean, we're gonna have like token lock features in the future, which would be nice. Yeah.
Word. How do you? I've always been curious. How do you like value different data and like content? Like, how do you decide like what's worth more than others? Like, what do you put the most emphasis on?
Depends on the enterprise contracts we get, right? So like if I let's say for example Epic Games comes to me, right, and they're like, I need videos of TikToks of like people dancing so I can train like an AI that'll make emotes, for example, for like their Fortnite game character, something like that, right? They'll pay a lot more for that, right? There's like a premium because it's a need for that, versus like if you sell that same data set to like I don't know Microsoft Azure, they have like literally no need for that, so
Mm-hmm.
they'll just buy it for a nominal rate. So it depends on the enterprise contracts, which is why our goal is just to become the biggest data collection engine. And then depending on what these opportunities look like in the future, then we can position this data and sell it to whoever accordingly. But I think overall rules is like higher quality videos always are good, higher quality text documents, higher quality images, you know, like it does really matter, and then it's all on us to just label it properly. But in reality, like no matter what a picture is, or what a video is, they all have like very specific use cases for training. And because these big labs are at the point where it's no longer about positioning yourself to have like a lot of data, it's positioning yourself to have specific data. You can plug your data into any of these plays and print a significant amount of money and then pay that out to users accordingly. So everything's valuable, like literally all of it, no matter what it is.
And how do you like get these enterprise contracts?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all networks. Like our investors have, like, thankfully made a lot of
Yeah.
introductions. I have had, I mean, I'm in San Francisco right now, right? So like, these labs are like, these labs introduce themselves to you. We have a lot of like hype on Twitter, which people don't understand. Like that FOMO that drives like crypto Twitter also drives Silicon Valley Twitter. So like I was hit by like Nick Shevchenko like this morning saying like, look, I want to do something that owe me like and get data to you guys. Like I was hit by like three A16Z partners like yesterday. Like the hype online is like literally the same thing for Silicon Valley. So like we get a lot of just cold inbound, right? Of people that want to monetize data, that not only own data but also need it. It's really not easy to get data. Like the internet's been scraped basically. Like everyone's taken data off the internet at this point, and these consumer data sets that are like sourced naturally are very rare because they're not available anywhere, right? So like we're giving you something competitive compared to anyone else, right? Like if Google has our data set versus Anthropic having it, and Anthropic, let's say, doesn't have it, Google's winning because to their investors, they can say like, hey, we have rarer data than Anthropic, meaning that we can train our models just frankly better than Anthropic as long as our compute's the same. So that's how it goes. But yeah,
Like, why am I not submitting my streams and like my videos? Like, is that
it's a great question.
what's
You
the
know,
lift?
Rasmer's doing that.
What's the Rasmus does it?
Yeah, Rasmer does it. We pay him tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
How much are you paying him?
I don't know the number off the top of my head. Eli has it all in house. It's like it's literally a system that they'll check every part of the video and like plug it straight into the enterprise contract. So depending on how much he uploads, like if you upload like 100 gigabytes, you get paid like $1,000 for high quality content. And just think about that from like third world countries, right? Like a lot of our users are based in like India, and like I don't know, like just parts that aren't necessarily the best. And these guys have like solid iPhones and will just be spamming
Yeah.
pictures all day long, like recording the dash cam footage, and they'll get paid like rates that American people don't even get paid, right? So it's pretty lucrative, like if you're recording all day long and just uploading.
Hey, Rasmus, you're in the chat. Tell us how much you're about to get paid.
Yeah.
What do you classify as high quality? Like, would this would count as high quality?
Um, this would definitely count as high quality, and then you're also doing a lot of conversational things. So we'd literally plug this into someone that's looking to train like podcasting models or like conversational models, because that's what this is for. Like someone that's building like humanoid AI agents, or like there's like 100 billion different use cases, right? But yours is definitely high quality. It's like really nice camera quality. The conversation is always free flowing, and then you can plug that into pretty much anything.
Damn. I'll let you know when Rasmus says how much. That's awesome though. Tell me,
Yeah,
okay, tell me about was it Superpower, the company you just
yeah.
announced like a partnership with? What is that?
Well, Superpower is like a $300 million healthcare company. They're very big, and their whole like gist is basically give consumers the best healthcare experience possible. And a large part of that is actually letting consumers have access to like the best doctors in the world at any point in time, basically, right? So their whole intention is like at a point in the future, they're going to start having to train their own LLM. That's going to be, you open your phone, go on the Superpower app, and you just type to any doctor you want, basically, and not any doctor, but like an AI agent that is trained on all of these conversational models of people talking to their doctors. So you're basically trying to create this super doctor that you can talk to and get advice from any point in time, right? But what that requires is data of people and how they communicate with top professionals, top doctors. And there's no way to source that other than from consumers, because no one has access to any of that. So what we'll do in house is like we're going to be setting up integrations with these healthcare portals where people already talk to their doctors, and then we'll make all of the data anonymous so that you won't know like who it is, so you can't, obviously the privacy is very important. So we basically anonymize the whole thing and then provide that straight to Superpower to then train their LLM. And that's like what their data needs are for that. So there's like a ton of these use cases, but Silicon Valley is basically seeing that like Kled is like really, really good at sourcing data really fast for really specific things, because we have this big community of people that just is willing to do it, right? So as long as we keep proving out that like there's a big community of people, like a million users, for example, that are willing to give whatever data they want, then we can get contracts from anything, for anything, like literally anything. And we can then provide that integration to our users, and they can supply the data, and then these big companies can pay us for it.
So the announcement said you received $1 million LOI. What does that like practically mean?
Basically, they'll allocate $1 million towards buying data sets. Yeah, yeah. And then we have like a pretty interesting flywheel where a third of that goes into buybacks for the token. Even though, again, like these nominal buybacks don't matter at this stage, and they do
That's a nice little
matter.
bag.
Yeah, it's a nice little bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not nothing. That's definitely not nothing.
Well, think about when we get like $1 billion contract, right? Like, let's say this keeps going, which it will, right? Like, we get $1 billion contract, a third of that going towards buybacks is pretty big, right? So it doesn't matter at this stage, but much like any buybacks, like I hope everyone understands, is like flywheel at the stage that all of ICM companies are at is literally meaningless. It's like a nominal buy pressure that means nothing. It's way more important that the founders like shipping really good updates and getting all these people. But we have the flywheel in place, sure. Like it's all already set up. We've taken like 10 million tokens out of circulation with it, but this matters a lot more when we get to that $1 billion contract and we're fucking buying back like $333 million of tokens,
How realistic is it to scale to get these? Like, how realistic is a 8-figure contract? Is a 9-figure contract? Like, do these already happen with other companies? Is this like
Dude,
uncharted
all the
territory?
time. No, all the time. Like Waymo just bought like I think $4 billion of dash cam footage for about
Waymo
the.
bought $4 billion of dashcam footage.
Yeah, again,
Wow.
these contracts are massive and they happen every single day. And it's like how AI has grown. I've have it in our white paper. Like AI is the most explosive industry in the world right now, and the only thing that improves AI is compute and data. And basically, all your spending from VC and revenue is going towards compute and data. And data is simply just our game. That's like what we're best at, right? So, um, we'll be signing hopefully like some of the biggest dashcam providers, et cetera, and get all this in house from enterprises and consumers. But these contracts are pretty realistic, and we started with like $50,000 contract. We're already at 350K. Like it's been pretty parabolic up till now. So, and now we're at a mill, right? So like these contracts just get bigger and bigger over time, and I'm just gonna keep stacking as many of them as possible, and that goes straight to users basically.
Is that so? That Waymo spends all their money on? They spend $4 billion. They just need like unlimited dashcam footage to
That's how
improve.
they have to, right? And it's area specific too. So like they need like
Oh, they
Let's
use
say they
like
want to
niche
expand to like
area word.
yeah, exactly. Let's say they want to expand to Los Angeles. They need a bunch of Uber drivers in Los Angeles, which just I so happen to have like 4,000 of them uploading to Kled. That can buy that data, right? Like so, and same thing for like if they want to expand to I don't know some rural buttfuck town, like they need people recording them driving on the streets all day long so they can train their cars to not crash. That would be bad. So data is really important for them.
And who did they buy? Like, who did they give $4 billion to? Like, who sourced all that data?
I actually don't know the buyer for this one, but I mean, traditionally over time, it's been from like they'll like literally partner with like Tesla, like they'll partner with like dash cam companies, they'll partner with like people that have uploaded to public drives, like it's whatever. It is actually like dog eats dog. Like they'll just get it from anything. Like they don't care about
Damn.
where it's from. They just need to get it somehow. So like they'll even do it illegally sometimes, and that's the problem. And it's which is costing all these companies these big lawsuits. And the big differentiator here is like Kled is providing the legal data. Like you'll get it in the most legal licensed way possible, and you won't get sued for $10 billion later, which is really important to these companies because it's a value proposition when they're raising money, and it's also a value proposition in the fact that they're not getting sued for $20 billion by some random company like Disney's suing OpenAI, like billions and millions of dollars of lawsuits are flying left and right every single day, basically.
So once you okay, so you're putting what's your process to put 333K into the chart? You're just like on ramping it into crypto and just like swapping the coin.
Basically, I'm sure there's a more effective way of doing that at some point in time.
You're just like
Yeah,
like throw in a phantom wall, just raw dog it.
that's basically just it. Yeah, that is how it goes
Like
right now. Yeah.
when do you feel like it too?
Yeah, whenever so like you just never know when everything just goes. You'll never know, and that's what I want, right? Like I want our holders to be in here because they have conviction, not because they're timing certain events. Like I will do crazy random shit that is really going to impact the company's chart because it's impactful to the company, and I'll do it at random times. Like we have like a Kled holders group chat that like everyone's pretty aware of. That's not on Telegram, not private. It's like anyone can join it basically. And in there, I literally say like, be on your toes. Like I'm literally just gonna drop shit at any point in time, any time of the day, and you'll just never know. And it might just you get my point. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Are you like on Jupiter? Or you're just like raw dogging phantom swap.
yeah. We've done Jupiter, and now I've raw dogged Phantom Swap as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Um, this is off topic. But what do you think of? Another reason I wanted to bring you on right now is Sora just launched, and it's pretty crazy. What do you think of
Or
that?
two. Yeah.
Yeah, Sora 2. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. It's like really, really good, right? But again, like, um, right now they're competing with Google like pretty heavily, and Google's really kosher about how they license data. And frankly, OpenAI currently is not, which is why like their data needs are very, very high right now because either they are just fully complacent in crime, which kind of seems like they are, but even if they're not, like they still need more data. But Sora was trained off of like some of the biggest public data sets in the world, and all they've really done is improve compute. I can only imagine how good it's going to be once we start introducing like very specific trainable data sets to Sora. Because if you think of it like this, like if we have if you go on our enterprise portal right now and you search, I need 5,000 videos of a girl on a high beam doing gymnastics. We literally have that. There's a user that uploaded like fucking thousands of videos of his like he's like a gymnast, like he's a coach for a gymnast. I'm sure he's gonna actually reply to this. And he's uploaded like all of his stuff. Like we have thousands of videos of like gymnastics, for example, right? So if Sora is going to try to improve their next model, they can come to us with very, very, very specific things that we're going to be trained on and that they can help themselves out, right? So like instead of training on these general data sets, you're now really specifying like specific, like if someone types into Sora, like I need a gymnast like doing the tightrope or something, like they need to train that very specific thing, and they need to build an LLM that's training all of that at the same time. So it gets very complex, but data is at the fundamental part of why Sora is getting better, and data and compute is at the fundamental part of why it's getting better. Yeah.
Also, maybe this is cope, but I have this thesis that as all these labs spend trillions of dollars on slopifying Twitter and social media platforms and the internet more broadly, there's an increased value on like human, like
Exactly. I mean, that's
provably
how it goes.
human stuff like this. Yeah.
To anyone not watching, like that's like it's a scientific concept. Like it's called AI inbreeding, right? So if let's say you have a picture of a dog, right, and you ask the ChatGPT to generate me an image of a golden retriever, right, and then it generates you 20 images, And then you plug those 20 images back into ChatGPT and say, train off of these images that you just generated. Then basically, the next time you generate an image of a dog, it's going to look less like a dog. And it's just going to keep on happening over and over again. So the need for natural images that are very real is like always going to be the same way. Like you can't solve inbreeding. It's not a solvable concept, right? So data is always going to be needed. And even if you are to solve inbreeding to some extent, because generating those images is so high on compute and really difficult to do, it's more sustainable cost-wise to get realistically user data instead, right? So that is like at the heart of all of this, and you can't generate it with AI. You need it from normal human people, and the slop platforms are not going to plug their own slop back in. They need real stuff to plug back in. Yeah.
So when you go talk to these serious AI people in SF about what you're doing, and then you say the word crypto, do they get soft? Is narrative changing around that? Like, what's the vibe?
You don't have to say crypto, right? Like my holders don't care if the labs like are interested in my token. The holders care that the labs are giving me $1 billion to buy data. That's all they care about, right?
So you don't even tell people you're working crypto.
Yeah, I don't have to. You know what? You know the best part is sometimes they find out, right? It's like I had a founder like a couple days ago say like, "Holy shit! Like, you just put out this announcement, and now your company's valuation is now basically your crypto coin is now worth more than your company's valuation. Is your coin is worth more than your company's valuation now, right? Like literally, right? Like we'll be raising 100 mil, but at our current like 40 mil valuation, coin's worth a little bit more, right? Which I think makes sense, obviously, for the big raise that's coming up. But that's really interesting to them. So you'll have people like asking for allocation so that they can then and incentivizing me by saying they'll make introductions, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that process has to happen naturally. I think what it really is like crypto will be destigmatized fully if there's Kled and 5 other success stories. And right now it seems like there's Kled and I guess there's a couple more, but it needs to happen naturally. You can't force it. Like I'm not going to mention it to these guys. I'd much rather just get these big market by it.
Okay, well you definitely mentioned it to investors that are investing in the company. Do they feel weird about the fact that there's this liquid token that's worth like more than the company's current valuation? Is that are they getting tokens? Does that like take into account? I was always curious how that works.
They don't get tokens. They just get FOMO'd like crazy. Like it's like a massive FOMO mechanism. Like I was right before the stream. I was with Keenan from K5 Global, and like the way he literally said Patel mode the first second he greeted me. It's like these investors are looking at the charts.
Patel mode is insane.
These investors are looking at the charts for sure, and like the amount of Silicon Valley investors that just follow me from like Twitter, for example, which is surprising because you'd think like my entire audience is like crypto based, at least on Twitter. My Instagram's a little different, but it's like very high. So like they look at the charts and they use that as like a benchmark to measure FOMO. So when they see like a massive green candle, I get 50 texts from everyone, right? Like people that like never people that doubted us way before that are now like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. You proved it all out, like whatever it is, right? So that's why the chart does matter. And the investors actually want to see the chart. That's the best part of ICM. Yeah.
I mean, I hit you up after a couple green candles.
Yeah, exactly. So you did fucking like Eric Zhu, who refused to tweet about us, hit me up like fucking like there's everyone that said no, Avi, I'm not supporting this shit is now like spamming timeline. Not whether it's because they have a bag, who knows, right? Or it's just because like, hey, like, oh, Avi proved it out. Like now it's okay. Like that's where it's at right now. Yeah.
Hey, do you have motion on Instagram?
I do have motion on Instagram. Yeah.
For what? Like how?
Not for what. I've done a lot of like social hacking. I also just the reason I have motion on Instagram is because like every big influencer on planet Earth follows me on Instagram.
Okay, because I was gonna say 30K is like decent motion.
Yeah, if you scroll through the 30K though, it's just blue check marks the whole way down, and not like blue check marks from like people with Meta verified. It's like blue check marks with like 10 million followers, like the whole way down. Basically, it's like every big creator. Like fucking 3 days ago, the entire David Dobrik team followed me, other than David, which he'll do that in 3 days when I sponsor his fucking Halloween party or whatever it is. And then I'll do that. Yeah, we'll see. And then I'll keep doing it. Like Adam Wahid follows me, like fucking. I had an entire spreadsheet like 2 years ago when I was doing artist reach out of thousands of people that I know, and it's like all the big influencers organized by following count, like what they do, everything. And I had a VA that ran the whole thing. I don't do that anymore because it takes way too much time. But the Instagram just packed with like celebrities and influencers. That's it.
You're like the LA name drop final boss.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You are. It's okay, but you are. You are.
It works. Well, you asked, right? Like
I know. I asked. How was
That's all the most I have.
how was the sperm racing?
Uh, dude, the speed one was a mess, man. We hosted at UCLA. We went to UCLA.
Okay, word.
We set everything up at a frat, and the competing frat with that frat heard about it and called the police on it, and basically like UCLA shut it down. And within an hour and a half, me and everyone that was there
Uh-huh.
had to find a venue to host the new event. We went to a new venue, moved everything in an hour and a half, organized security, everything, while there were people crowding the place because it was leaked somehow that it was going, and then organized buses for all the USC and UCLA kids. Speed shows up finally. He's on stream for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Kled's logo is on like all the racers, whatever it is, like, and then Speed leaves the stream because I guess he's not feeling well or whatever it was, and there was like a lot of like chaos and shit. And then yeah, I just said hi on the way out, but I like know his team now at the very least, which is nice. And yeah, that was that. And then
Was it cool?
David,
Even
it
if it
was
was
cool. It
quick?
was cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
of course.
cool. Yeah.
It's fun. These are my boys, right? So like I like supporting them. And then David's was really cool. That one went very well. And then the UCLA USC one before that went well. You were at that one. I might have seen you there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was there. On the what was it, Dobrik or Speed? They had the Solana logo in the middle. That shit was lit.
I was late. Yeah, it was for speed. But yeah, Jakey, or the streamer Jakey, the crypto streamer
So
Jakey.
Jakey, yeah.
He was supposed to get like a pick with the Solana phone with speed in it as well, and that would have really done it. But the problem is speed left early. Otherwise that would have all happened. Like there would have been a lot more that happened if speed
Yeah.
decided to stay. Yeah.
I met Speed in a camera store in LA. He was actually hella cool.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, he was mad cool. Okay, I had a goal coming into this that I was not gonna ask you about Ben Pasternak. I just like wasn't gonna do it. I'm just like I don't care.
Yeah.
I
I honestly don't care.
I don't know
Like,
the
this is my
extent. I know you guys go back and forth on Twitter sometimes, but I'm curious. Like, Kled is at, not to do like price talk, but Kled's at 52 mil, and Launch Coin is at 106 mil. I think that's the closest the ratio has been. Do you feel like Kled is boxed and has a ceiling, which is how successful Launch Coin is in this ecosystem?
So again, look, I wish Ben and the entire team infinite success, seriously, because like we all want ICM to win, right? And whether that's them or like whoever Launchpad, I wish every founder success. I just could not give enough of a singular fuck about the drama anymore. It's a waste of time. It's a time suck. I don't give a fuck. There's no ceiling because I'm not part of Believe and I'm not part of any of this, which is what everyone's realized, which is good. But yeah, there can be an ICM runner organically that outcompetes Launchcoin. And look, it's no shade to Ben. Like again, no drama at all anymore. I don't care about that anymore, right? But like my goal obviously is to like if Ben's at 100, I want to be at fucking a bill, right? Like that's the whole point. So it gets competitive, sure, but yeah. Yeah, no drama, peaceful, like me just in San Francisco signing labs. Like that's the type of vibe right now. Like just mellowed out, having a good time. Yeah, that's basically it.
W Kled PR team.
No, Avi PR team, bro. The Kled PR team's saying to do much worse than that, but there's no point, guys. Like I don't want to engagement farm this bullshit anymore. It's just a waste of time. Like you know what's engagement farming? Fucking putting out an article with whoever big lab for $1 billion. That's engagement farming right there. That's what really insta sends one candles it to 500 mil, whatever you guys want, right? But like this engagement farming stuff, like for mind share, it's just useless. So like I'm over the drama. Like there's no point. I wish everyone success. Seriously.
I love how you like making announcements and watching the 1 minute chart. Like it's kind of a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you? I was always curious. Like when the ICM stuff first happened, I was asking. I remember before I even knew him, I was asking Bobby from Dupe if there was any meaningful increase of traffic on the Dupe website after there was token holders, because I know like people in the Solana trenches would fucking try anything.
Yeah.
They'll play any.
I put out a case study, like Maya Hedge. He's here with me in San Francisco. Literally, we were at
Who?
lunch just now. Maya Hedge. Do
Okay.
you know?
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah.
He's helping us with all the tokenized equity.
Oh,
stuff,
I do
like
know
that's-
Maya Hedge actually. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just with Maya with K5, so we were like we're meeting with investors, right? So the Maya is like helping out on that, and he actually wrote a case study on this, but Kled's like traffic, like it's really good for a company with nothing and just a founder or just a project that's like not really public facing and just a founder that is supposed to be a public facing product to launch a coin because you will literally build your entire company from the start off the coin. I think the thesis here is that tokenized startups at early stage will always beat untokenized ones. And I think Kled is like the perfect example of that because traffic in the millions, users in 25K in 4 days on just the mobile app, let alone the waitlist, which has grown significantly. Payouts to users. We had like 30 million impressions on Twitter alone, right? If you search Kled on
Yeah.
Twitter, it's like, look,
Let's see.
I had an investor search Kled on Twitter, and it's just flooded with fucking positive shit by the second. Like it's people like every 20 seconds there's a post, and they're like, "Holy shit!" Like I've never seen this before, right? So like it's a when Silicon Valley is run on FOMO, it's like the biggest FOMO driver of all time possible, right? So that's why it's important. I think Bobby's probably seen an impact, but because his was established before he launched the coin, it might have been different. But yeah, I'm sure he's seen the impact. Yeah.
I like that take. The communities will just like use anything. They'll pump any
Yeah,
they'll
exactly.
pump any product. Also, I see this picture of
Yeah.
you in speed, Eric. You tweeted Patel mode is hard.
Yeah, it's funny, yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, like I think the token's really, really useful for a lot of people. I think everyone in startup scene should be doing something similar. I think it's really dumb not to, but it's not obvious yet. So Plaid will be the success story, and we'll make it really obvious. Yeah, I think that's like the best way to look at it.
Someone keeps asking in the chat. Please ask when waitlist people can get in.
Guys, look, I'm literally fucking tripling every single batch the amount of people I let into this waitlist. If I once these big contracts ramp up in size, then it's much easier, right? Because you have to throttle this. If I don't have much money to pay people, then some people are going to get paid a lot less than what they deserve, because there's just simply too many people inside of the app, right? It's not because the app's not ready. The app is clearly ready. We have thousands of users in it, right? But it's really important. It also drives a ton of FOMO. So like the actual if you go to timeline and you look at like we have this like social sharing thing like of just getting referrals like there's a ton of people spamming their referral codes for Kled, and it helps them by getting them earlier on the waitlist and also makes sure that we're viral every single day, and I think that's important. So yeah, waitlist is we'll triple down on waitlist every single time a new batch opens up and more people will be let in. And I'm also more importantly introducing Kled Games, which we talked about, which is going to basically be like we haven't talked about publicly, so this is actually the first time. Imagine we had a $50,000 prize pool set aside, and every 30 minutes on your phone, you get a notification from Kled saying upload 20 pictures of cars in your area, and you have 10 seconds to do it. And then if you upload them in time, and we recognize that's true, then you're in the next round basically, like you survive. And last person standing gets all 50K. We collect data from everyone. We clip farm the fuck out of it because imagine a high school kid, for example, is in the final round. He's in math class taking a test. He gets notification. He jumps out of his fucking classroom window to sprint to the parking lot to take pictures of cars because that's what it takes. And he starts spam celebrating. And that's the TikTok clip. That goes viral everywhere. And we can ramp up these prize pools over and over and over again. And we can let every user into that because we collect data from everyone where one user is one who wins. And we can probably have like 100 people that get like marginal prizes as well. And it's going to be a really cool game that'll probably go very, very viral. And the winners also get access to the waitlist. So we can do these mechanisms, and that's actually not hard to do. I just have to do an image recognition and video recognition software, and that's very fast as well. But once that's done, we can release that, and everyone's off the waitlist technically. And then the real people that are once the contracts get in, we can let everyone in into the main app as well.
That's kind of a movie. When does that launch?
Uh, Eli is finishing a Walrus protocol integration right now for decentralized storage, and then after he has a big update he's pushing tomorrow, which is very exciting. He's pushing like a massive update for Kled tomorrow, and then the day after he's done with the Walrus, he can get started on the image recognition software. And once the image recognition software is done, our front end guy is a freak. He'll finish up the front end, and then we'll deploy it. Yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of a movie. How do you determine if like couldn't I just go on? How do you determine if any of this data, these images, are AI generated?
Yeah, we have, dude. It's
Like, do
that
you
was the
miss
hardest part.
any? Because like I know like okay, it's like a
We're
bad.
at like literally we're at like 95%. Eli has set up a system that will detect duplicates across every single account, check the entire internet's history for any plagiarism across the board when we're
Oh, like
sorting
you're
through
like
data.
reverse searching images and
We
shit.
Exactly. We'll also double check the EXIF metadata. So if there's any, like, let's say alterations in the image, you won't get paid for it. So like we'll check the metadata of the image itself. If it's not off your device, you won't get paid for it. If it's AI generated, we use Mistral to check if it's AI generated. You won't get paid for it. Except like we have 10 layers of checks for plagiarism so that anytime an AI labs gets our data, it's like with literal 99% certainty. It's like pretty much the safest data straight from the user off their real device. And yeah, we let anyone upload anything, sure, but like every single time we'll filter out the bad stuff.
So even if you went on Google and searched like cars and just like save 10 images, you would reverse search, be like, this is not original, this is on the internet. And you would
Well, it's think of it like be real. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be upload. It's going to be
like
you
take,
pull up with your phone,
take,
you
take,
take the
take.
fucking picture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And same with the videos. Yeah,
Damn, Be Real was a movie.
yeah, it was. It was.
That was like peak socials.
It definitely was, dude. That
Hey,
that was
do
that
you
was
subscribe or do you believe in the great AI talent migration into crypto and more financial products?
um what is the great AI talent? You just think like more AI engineers are coming here?
There's like the thought that AI is like local top from a talent and then definitely like a venture perspective. And all these labs are raising at like ridiculous valuations. And a lot of that money
Yeah.
is going to trickle back into crypto products because think about it, like the upside to building a successful financial product in crypto is it's like pump fund or hyperliquid. It's like $2 million a day in perpetuity and like a $10 billion valuation in year one versus AI slap company number 75 that makes no money and has zero clear plans to monetization at any scale.
Got it. I think I think if AI is doing very well, which it is, then obviously things pump trickle back into the system. But there is literally no good AI projects on chain. Like they just don't exist. Other than there's a very small picking. So until you see good developers taking crypto seriously, this is just not going to happen. And hopefully, Kled spearheads it, right? But like most of these products are vaporware. Like they literally just are useless vaporware, and it's sad to see that people are bidding them because they're simply bored of the other conditions in the market, which are non-existent, right? So, yeah, that's the current state of it, I think.
Do you think during 2024 AI season in crypto there was I don't know how much attention you paid to it, but there was 3 months of just
Zero,
like
literally zero. I'm the most like. I didn't look at anything. I don't know anything about any of these. So educate me. Yeah, tell me what happened
well,
then.
there was like this 3 month period, dude, where it was like crypto is always like a little bit late, right? There's like a mainstream
Yeah,
trend that happens and then it trickles down on like the light version on chain. And
yeah,
there was like I don't know, man, there was like 3 months where I don't know, myself included, was extremely excited about crypto AI, and there was this really small subset of developers that seemingly were a relatively big deal in Web 2 AI that were coming and launching crypto projects, X
yeah,
OpenAI, all this stuff.
yeah.
And it went really high. Like AI coins on Solana probably topped at like, I don't know, $15 billion versus like Launchcoin Eco ICM topped at like one or two. So it was like,
Sure.
10x bigger, substantially bigger. And ICM was a little bit euphoric for a couple days. So it was basically that for three
Yeah,
months. And then it kind of just disappeared. Most of the coins got crushed. Most of the developers like left. And it felt like this little pocket where it was the first time in a long time that there was actual people from Web 2 coming into crypto and launching. And even if they were just GPT wrappers, it was at least interesting. And then we
yeah,
always, I don't know, we like reminisce on it all the time, I feel like. And we're like, when is it going to happen again that the AI devs are going to cut back and they're going to launch in crypto simply due to the fact that they can just like make more money? But there's basically
yeah,
been no inclination that that's going to happen again. So I guess TBD.
yeah. TBD for sure. I think crypto's tired of a lot of bullshit. I think there's a lot of again. This is zero direction towards anyone. I just want to preface this before I say it. I think 99% of every project has failed to deliver on anything they've said at the very start, and in specifically ICM, like very specifically ICM. There's very, very, very few founders that have. Obviously, Bobby, obviously Krish from Polycule, like these guys have, right? But there's like 99% of these projects are coming soon farms, like actually coming soon farms. Like they will just play narratives when highs are riding highs. They'll coming soon farm, and
Coming
then it
soon
goes
farm.
up. Yeah, these are like these are disgusting, disgusting projects. This is directed towards not any one person, every person, I think, that is building here. Like there just needs to be more people delivering. And if that is the case, the market will react accordingly and collectively bring us up. And that will then cause more actual TradFi AI Silicon Valley founders to come back to crypto. But unless you're literally as crazy as me, no one is going to do that. It's not realistic, right? Hopefully, Kled's the example that will make that happen. But the reality is that there just needs to be more people actually giving a fuck, and that is not the case right now.
Honestly, man, I root for you, Avi Patel. I in my heart, I
I
root for you as a non-Kled holder. As a former Kled holder, I honestly root for you, dude.
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fucking hate at the very start, but all I'm happy to see is that if you search Kled on Twitter and you scroll down that list, there is zero FUD, which is actually one of the most surprising things
Well,
I'd never thought the day would come.
I feel like you
But
you fucking took a breath, man.
yeah. I feel like it wasn't the breath though, because there's drama never stops in Avi Patel land, right? But like what really happened is like we sat down, and we just shipped, and we just delivered. Like we put out fucking 200 updates in last 4 months. Like we've put out things like the app is like not an app worthy of 4 months of work. It's like a year's worth of work minimum for like a really good team. Like we just delivered on the stuff that we said we were supposed to deliver on, and that's what did this. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and, Frank just made this comment too. I think this is true, where it's people's opinion happens based off how the first couple weeks go, but on like a long enough time frame, it's hard to, and maybe you fuck me here and I get clipped, but it's hard to like keep the grifter label when you just like keep shipping and keep launching cool
Yeah.
stuff, keep coming
Yeah.
on, keep doing media, keep launching. Then eventually like things turn around. Um,
It's literally it's not physically possible. There's very few people that would stick it out, like we have, for example, like and just like fight through it all. Like, and I try to shield my team from this as much as possible. Like I
wait,
like
how
keep
big is the
them in.
team?
Um, Dude, it's not it's small. It's a lean team. That's why we're like shipping fast, right? Like Eli and two other engineers are handling all of our engineering side of things, and Eli's doing pretty much all of it for the most part. And then we're gonna have an AI engineer come in house, and then we have a design lead that's really important because it's a consumer app, so it has to be really nice and functional. And then a 3D lead that's handling like animations and creatives and editing for content creators, etc. And then our fat legal team, and that's basically it. Yeah. And then we have a UGC team, obviously,
Oh,
as
you
well.
probably have a
But
monster legal team, bro.
yeah, it's Latham and Watkins. It's like literally the best lawyers in the world, by publicly the best lawyers in the world. Yeah, they run everything.
Dude, this was sick. What as like as a wrap, what are you most excited about that you're working on, that you're launching, that's happening? Like, I don't know, what's your focus from here?
I mean, I like to think as short term as possible. Like we just it's been one day in San Francisco. I haven't even announced what happened on day two or day three,
What happened?
because I will not announce what happened on
Okay.
day two. See,
You made
I'll
it sound
drop it
like
on
you were about to
timeline.
do it. I was asking.
No, I'll drop it on timeline randomly, and just no one will expect it. But yeah, I have fucking 15 days in San Francisco here, right? Like I'll just do as much damage as physically possible here and then I will go back to New York and do the development rounds and get Kled Games out as fast as possible. Hopefully, start securing these really large contracts, get PR, press, go more viral. We've established the groundworks. Now it's just hit the ground running and use the momentum properly. Yeah, and then I'm also focused on CEXs. Like I think a lot of ICM founders haven't focused on it, but we're at the market cap now where I can actually get the CEX listings. So I'll be hitting up like Arjun from Kraken, like whoever, and just see what happens. And um, yeah, that's the main things for Kled right now.
He's a former guest on the ThreadGuy stream if you need an intro.
I have his number. We've texted back
Okay.
and forth
I'm just
once or twice,
saying. I'm
but
just saying he appeared on the stream.
I might if it's a warm intro, yeah, sure. I mean, if it's like, hey, Avi's fucking crushing it, go list this shit.
Yeah, maybe at
Maybe,
100
dude.
mil, buddy. Maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe a couple more axes. But Avi, you're the goat, dude. It was honestly a long time coming. Congratulations on the last couple weeks, and you're like a fun interview stream guest. So I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, sick. I will talk to you soon.
Thanks, bro.
It's
Have
time.
a good one. Peace.
You too.